Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are bringing you the live action from ThePapare.com, Sri Lanka's #1 sports channel. We just concluded the D Division Women's Final between Haleys versus MAS, and MAS clinching that title under their name. And we are here for the second final of the day. London Stock Exchange taking on IFS in the C Division Women's Final. Yet another interesting battle we are yet to witness. MAS was able to defeat Haleys in a dominant spectrum, 26-point margin. That was some brilliant performance, and credit goes to Miri Alvis, the player of the game, and most certainly will be awarded as the most valuable player for the D Division as well. We are yet to find out. And all set for this C Division Women's Final, as we see on the screen. Both teams prepping for the game. We see the IFS team. Head coach Chamat Dhanawansa and assistant coach Madhuranga Munasinghe advising them. IFS were the defending champions in the C Division last year, beating MAS, and certainly they would want to continue that. And here's the team card. IFS, Uddika Kulusurya, Tanusha Krishani, Yushani Sevandi, Maliti Patirena, Taruka Madriwala, Dilsha Pramodi, Aseka Varnukul Surya, Harni Jayatilaka, Irandi Anushika, Pamoda Jayasekara, Gagani Silva. And on the LSEG lineup, Sharina Subair, Maneka Uduvat, Dasuni Lienege, Michelle Orloff, Hansara, Hetiarachi, Shanali Fernando, Pavani Veerasekara, Menuti Patirena, and Sanara Premaratna. And interesting, LSEG women's playing this mercantile tournament for the first time, and surprising to see they've reached the finals, and it will be a great moment for them if they can clinch this title. Yet another 4 more interesting quarters ahead. We are yet to find out who will clinch this C Division title. All set for this important final. IFS coming with a pretty much experienced combination, experienced side. They were the champions last year. They know the taste of it. They know how to play the game. The London Stock Exchange, certainly we wouldn't want to underestimate them. And once again, for the C Division final, joining with me in the com box is Anushka.
Thank you so much. Thank you. And And a very warm welcome to all our listeners, all our viewers, I might say, who are tuned in to ThePapare, Sri Lanka's leading sports channel, and the official coverage partner for the MSB League. Heavy hitters today, IFS and LSEG taking on each other for the C Division crown. Both teams have been dominant in their performances so far. Menudi Patirana for LSEG and Gangani Silva for IFS. Star players who will look to make the most impact for their respective teams. IFS having the first opportunity to attack. Gangani Silva bringing the ball up. An excellent bit of defense from LSEG, the number 7 Dasuni, forcing that turnover. The captain Sanara bringing the ball up, and the number 35, that is Menudi Patirana, who is the top scorer for LSEG with 46 points in this tournament, the highest scorer. And Gangani Silva, as you can see, her counterpart, the captain, 44 points for her. A good rebound and an easy missed shot. Right at the get-go, Gangani Silva being called for the foul. But you can see the intent on the players. The intensity is there on both teams. Pavani to Menudi. Long range 3, and it's good. From range, Menudi Patirana adds on to a count. Make that 49 points in the tournament. And she comes up with the steal. Kicks off the pass to the captain Sanara, who couldn't get it to go. Buddhika bringing the ball up. Kicks it off to Gangani. A wayward bit of play. Buddhika to Dilsha. Back to Gangani. She shoots. Rims out, but Dilsha comes up with the ball. Cross-court pass to Buddhika, who sets herself and shoots. You can see the intensity from both teams. How do you reckon this will go? Because both teams have been unbeaten in the tournament so far.
Yes, definitely, Anushka. Compared to the first final, a bit of a different intent early on in the game, and both teams off to a great start.
A very fiery start. As Menudi attempted another long range 3 following the success of a last attempt. Sanara tries to force the play, but comes up with the turnover. The captain.
Yes, Gagani, plenty of experience. Was a key player last year as well for IFS. Played a major role in that C Division final last year. A bit of a fancy pass, and is quite of a contest for rebounding. Still ball available for IFS. Yes, Gagani on the drive.
Gangani Silva couldn't get that to go in. As LSEG brings the ball up, looking for their top scorer, Menudi, who drives, Euros, and just couldn't get it to go. Good strong rebound from Pamoda. Buddhika lays it off for Gagani. A good bit of defensive pressure from the team in blue. Call for the 8-second violation. Menudi to Dasuni. Straight away catch and shoot 3. A lot of pressure being applied in the backcourt by the team LSEG on IFS. As you can see, another full court press.
Yes, definitely, Anushka, and must say that London Stock Exchange the women's team, especially their first time participating in this tournament. And yet another
second 8-second violation. Back to back. I think the players do have to understand where these things are coming from, as Dasuni fakes, drives, shoots. Rebounded by Dilsa. Somehow IFS comes out with that ball. Looks like to be a fast-paced game. Pamo Dada Buddhika. Cross-court pass to Dilsha. Wayward shot on that attempt by the number 16 Tanusha. You can see that the gameplay for IFS is more about passing, getting the players open rather than forcing the play.
Yes, pretty much. This team comes with a lot of experience, Anushka. They are the defending champions. Last year they were the C Division champions as well, and they know the pattern, they know the taste, and certainly that experience would play a huge role in this final. And London Stock Exchange, their first time playing in the Mercantile as well, especially the women's category, but it's a great journey for them, playing for the first time, reaching for the finals. And just like that, they take the lead 5 points to 4.
That's Menudi Patirana, the leading scorer. A bit of a competition between her and Gangani to become the top scorer for this league. Speaking of which, she shoots, couldn't get it to go. Dilsha comes up with the loose ball. Dasuni clawing at it. Gets the call to go in her favor. And we see Menudi bringing the ball up. Surveys, passes it to the captain. Kicks it off to Dasuni. Shoots again. Rims out, in and out. Buddhika. Dilsha to Gangani. Gangani drives. Well defended by the captain, Kanara.
Well, this seems to be an interesting game, Anushka, from the beginning. Both teams with great intent, playing with good pace. Both teams seem to be equally on the game, which is a good sign of a great final, I would say. A loose pass, and it will be IFS ball.
We see another substitution being made. Harini Jayathilaga clocks in for Tanusha. Shoots immediately. Kicks it out to Dilsha. He's called for the travel. For those viewers who have been watching the previous game, you can see the difference in intensity between those two games. Of course, the division's also different, but as we see another long-range attempt, Buddhika with the rebound to Gangani. Forces her way through and is called for the foul. Uses the speed to her advantage. Using a pace wheel to get to the free throw stripe. Couldn't make the first one. I mean, we saw from the last game the importance of free throws. Haley's had a lot of free throws but couldn't convert a majority of them, as Gangani makes 1 out of 2. So free throws will play an important part, because I think this game will go down to the wire. It will be a close game.
Yes, definitely, Anushka. It's already a really interesting game in the first quarter itself. Both teams equally 5 points, and especially with the pressure, defensive players could go for a bit of more extra fouls, and that will bring the opportunity of capitalizing on the free throws. But just like you mentioned, it's really important to keep yourself calm, and bit of a great move there by the LSEG player.
Good rebound by Dilsha, but not the best of passes. Not good enough for Harini to collect it. LSEG ball as Pavani kicks it off to Menudi. Fakes, drives, shoots. Couldn't get it to go. Buddhika with the rebound. Kicks it off to Gangani. Beautiful bit of work. Stepped in and out. Great finish to put a team up by 2 points. The crowd definitely in this game. Both teams have brought their crowd along, and I think that does help.
Risky pass there. I wouldn't mind to be a foul in favor of IFS. It was Bhutika Kulasurya with that risky pass, and to be a timeout.
A good timeout, because I think both teams would be feeling the pressure. The mental game does put a lot of effort on your fitness. So I mean, we've just only played 8 minutes, but at high pace. So good call by the LSEG coach to call for that timeout. Get her players rested. You can see on the side of your screen, I think that's number 35, Menudi, on the ground, stretching her legs. A bit of tightness, maybe early signs of cramps coming in.
If that's the case, that wouldn't be good news for LSEG as well. Menudi being one of their key players. Her contribution really matters for this all-important final. And it's just 7 points to 5. It's been a pretty close game so far, and seems to be it's going to be one hell of a cracker. We had a similar game a couple of weeks back, Daras vs Demo in the men's category. It was one hell of a game. Such a treat to watch.
Yes, I remember that game very clearly. Amazing game to watch, amazing game to commentate on. And and the players must have felt it too. It was a great experience for them. As Buddhika comes up with the shot, 9 points to 5.
IFS gradually extending their lead.
Menudi fakes, drives, couldn't get it to go, and she commits another foul. Not the smartest bit of play. She knows she is the main player for this team. Unwise to go and collect all these silly fouls early in the game. If I'm not mistaken, that is her second foul. Dasuni, good bit of defense. Sanara, the captain, makes the right calls. Pamoda to Harini. Finally, Gangani gets the ball, crosses it over, lays it in, and scores. A good bit of basketball under pressure. I must say, great defense from LSEG as well, but even better offense from Gangani.
Certainly, Gangani seems to be having her own variations of driving through. And here's an opportunity for LSEG. Missed shot there, but tries to defend that ball. The Buddhika manages to hold on to it.
Once again, great bit of defense from LSEG. Third 8-second violation for the quarter. 51 seconds left on the clock, so something for the girls in white to think about, something for the coaches to think about, to not let any of those 8 seconds happen again. As we see Munidu with the ball, left open on the three-point line. She drives, shoots, couldn't get it to go, but somehow comes up with the ball. Body is on the floor. Pamoda coming up victorious on that occasion. Team IFS with the ball.
Munidu pretty much trying too hard to go on her own. I feel like if she can try to rotate the ball rather than trying to go on her own. That has not worked for her a couple of times.
Yes, maybe take a page out of IFS's book. Work the ball around. Once you get that final pass going, the right plays will happen. As we've seen time and time again with Gangani getting some good open looks. Buddhika drives, finishes but couldn't get it to go. Sanara with 20 seconds left on the clock. Fakes, shoots, blocked by Buddhika. Dasuni tries to strip it away from Pamoda. 14.5 seconds left. This should be the last play of the game. As Gangani is pressured on the corner. Something that any young basketballer needs to learn is not to go to the corners. Always play from the middle, especially when the teams are trapping you in half court or full court. So just 7 seconds left on the clock. Last bit of play. Sanara crosses, shoots, and it rims out. And that is the end of the quarter. A hard-fought quarter, 11 points to 7. What do you think about this quarter so far and the game?
I think it's pretty much of a fast game from both these teams, and comparing to the first game, the final between MAS versus Haley's, this seems to be a bit more competitive. Both teams putting on a great show from defense and offense as well. And like I mentioned, IFS coming with plenty of experience, but credit goes to LSEG as well. First time playing in the Mercantile tournament, and their intent has been brilliant so far. And it's just a 4-point margin and a bit of a highlights from the first quarter.
As you can see, a lot of plays for IFS has been running through Gangani and Buddhika. A nice little lane from Menudi, the main scorer for LSEG. Not the highest scoring game, but a lot of the points that IFS had were ones that they worked the ball and made the right plays, whereas for LSEG it was mostly through fast breaks and drives. But I think the main concern right now for IFS would be those 8-second violations on getting the ball from the backcourt through to the front court. Three 8-second violations, 3 turnovers. It's not good enough at a final. They need to do better. I'm pretty sure the coaches will address it during this break in play.
Only difference analyzed between these two teams. IFS seems to be having a bit of a proper plan, rotating their ball, looking for options. At the same time, LSEG a bit rushing, I would say. If they can settle down, they've got plenty of potential as well in this team. And it's the second quarter, and Sanara, the skipper, sends it to Methuni. Methuni sends it to Sanara, tries to drive in, but couldn't manage on holding on to that pass. And it will be IFS ball.
Straight off the bat, We can see a lot of intention. Buddhika. A wild pass somehow ends up with Harini. Tasuni with a fierce attempt at that ball, swiping it away, getting the ball for LSEG. I think the captain Sanara would need to play a bigger role for this game. One of the top scorers, 13 points in their convincing victory over John Keels. Tasuni steps, shoots and scores. 9 points to 11. Somehow LSEG comes up with the ball, but they just couldn't get it to go. An unnecessary foul again for the number 35, Menudi Patirana. That is her third personal foul. Not good signs.
Definitely not good signs. Just the beginning of the second quarter and already caught up with 3 fouls. Definitely a big risk for LSEG. So final, you need your best resources. And that will be a foul on IFS. Pardon me, LSEG.
Yes, just 11 minutes of play. 3 fouls from your star player. And Coach Dhananjay trusts her enough to keep her in the game. Hasn't taken her out if it was any other player, but I think it also speaks a lot on her value to this team, because everyone understands that she is a playmaker, she makes things happen, and she needs to be on the court for LSEG to have any sort of a chance in this game. Because you've got a lot of experience on the other team. On IFS, we got Buddhika, Pamoda, Harini, who played a lot of games, Gangani, who's a very explosive player, and the coaching staff also, Chamat Dhanavansa, and a very experienced Sri Lankan player, past national captain, plays for the Sampath Bank team. You will see them in action in the A divisions, along with his coaching assistant, Madhuranga, who's also another experienced player, who is currently playing for the B division Sampath team. So a lot of experience on that side. Coach Dhananjay understands that, and that's why he's keeping Menudi in. Funny bit of play. Unforced error by Sanara. Buddhika with the wayward pass, but countered by Pamoda. Wonderful bit of play by Gangani, carrying the team on his shoulders. As Sanara brings the ball up, tries to calm the team down, tries to make things happen. Menudi, long range attempt, couldn't get it to go. Turnover. The finishing is not there today. And another miss for young Menudi Patirana. The shots haven't fallen so far, but as all good players know, you've got to shoot for it to go in. Dasuni. Short. Harni with the rebound. Foul by Maneka. Her second foul. Already in foul trouble, the LSEG team. 3 fouls for Menudi, 2 fouls for Maneka.
And it's both key players, Anushka. Not good signs for LSEG. Especially Methunian being one of their highest point scorers. There'll be a foul on Tanusha Krishani.
Yep. I think that's what Menudi needs to do. Good move. Tanusha with the ball. Kicks it out to Buddhika. Back to Harini. Couldn't get it to go. Well rebounded by Maneka. Dasani to Menudi. Menudi crosses again and again. Shoots. Hectic bit of play right now with no team getting any quarter. Gangani sets herself to Pamoda. Drives as Dasni comes up with a rebound. Another miss by Menudi on the fast break. And finally, we get a bit of break on the play.
Menudi seems to be rushing really hard. Trying too hard to score. I would say being the key player of the team, she would definitely have to remain calm.
I don't know if the crowd can catch it on the camera, but we've got Sanara's name up in flyers by the LSEG faithful. A bit of break in the play. 15 points to 9. Both teams will try to gather their thoughts. Fast-paced game so far. Not the highest scoring match, but entertainment-wise, it has been up to par.
Definitely, both teams showing great intent, and which is why it has led to a low-scoring game so far. Plenty of potential from both these teams. And it will be LSEG's ball. Yes, Menudi once again. Sanara sending it out. Goes for the shot but rims it out. That was a big foul, I would say. Straight into the head of Buddhika Kulasuriya.
Yes, I think that's another foul on Maneka. Her third foul. She's got to be careful as well. We've got a lot of game to play because these are the players that would normally play most of the match. I know it is a final, but they need to be aware of the situation as Gangani attempts a three. Way off. Buddhika, excellent bit of balance. Kicks it off to Harini, who shoots and scores. Wonderful bit of play. Beg your pardon, that was Tanusha. Unforced error by the captain. Unrelenting pressure by the IFS team. Maybe getting to her. Gangani to Tanusha.
And Anushka talking about the fouls. It's a big risk for LSEG. As we can see, there's only a couple of players in their bench as well. And if they cannot afford to lose their key players.
A good bit of pressure being applied by IFS. And I don't think the 8 seconds is too far away if they do play their cards right. And yes, there we go. Turned over by LSEG. Pamoda to Tanusha to Buddhika. And turns it over. So couldn't take advantage of that turnover.
Yes, once again, Menudi driving hard and this time gets a foul.
Excellent strong drive by Menudi. I think this is what she should be doing rather than attempting those long range threes. Yes, there is a time for it, but get the scores a bit closer. Once you have the feel for the ball, once you have the feel for the basket, then those shots will automatically go in.
Exactly, Anushka. That's what Menudi should be focusing on. The IFS defense is tight as well. It's not easy to drive in through easily. Once again, here's Sanara driving hard. Yet another foul. Good passage of play by LSEG.
Dilsha committing that foul. Another 2 free throws for Team LSEG. First one, no good. Second shot. Rims out one more time. Tanusha comes up with the play and passes it to Gangani, to Pamoda, who passes up on that shot. But somehow the play works. Buddhika to Tanusha. Buddhika to Dilsha. Buddhika comes up with the steal. Tanusha to Pamoda. Not a lot of confidence in her dribbling, but she plays the game well. Gangani to Buddhika. Drives. And another timeout called by Coach Dhananjaya. With just 4 minutes left on the clock. Intense half. Not a lot of breaks between plays for the players to grab their breath.
Similar to the first quarter as well, Anushka. Once again, it's a low-scoring quarter. I would say both these teams are solid in their defense. And it's just a matter of capitalizing on the offense. Especially LSEG will have to work on with their passage of play when it comes to the offense, rather than trying to go alone. Meanwhile, IFS seems to be having a proper plan, rotating the ball. And whenever they've done that, they've got plenty of options to score.
Yes, at the moment it seems IFS is executing the gameplays a lot better than LSEG. But still, 2 quarters left, 4 minutes left in this quarter. Just a 9-point lead. I mean, it's not a lot at all. As long as they don't let the game go away from them, there is a lot of opportunity for them as Sanara drives and scores. Exactly what the doctor ordered right off the timeout. She delivers, the captain. Buddhika drives by herself against Dasani, spins, turns and is fouled. And that is a second foul on Dasani. Which leads to Buddhika to go to the free throw line. Makes her first free throw. Second shot. No good. The number 9, Michelle Olof, subs in. Sanara to Menudi. Baseline ball for LSEG. Sanara fakes, spins, A lot of activity. Menudi trying to find a way in. Found a way but couldn't get it to go as Dilshah kicks it off to Gangani. To Pamoda. Ball ends up with Dilshah but is called for a traveling violation. And Sanara bringing the ball up, trying to get herself on the scoreboard. Menudi with another long-range attempt. That was not the closest of attempts. And I think that is the fourth foul on the LSEG player. I'm not sure who it was called on. I think it was the number 5, Maneka Udavatta, who was called for the foul. So 4 fouls on her. Not even half time. Bit of a blow for LSEG.
Definitely it is, and having a less number of players in their bench as well. Like Anushka mentioned, it's not even the half time yet, and IFS capitalizes on the first free throw. They're gradually extending their lead. And this time it's not successful. Rebounds it but couldn't manage to hold on to the ball. And here's Menudi. This time it's a foul in favor of LSEG. Brilliant work by Menudi.
She got back down in time but just couldn't get the positioning right. Call for the second foul. Gangani, who leads to Menudi's free throw attempts. First shot, rattles it in. 14 points, 13 points to 21. Second shot is good. 7-point lead for IFS. Gangani to Buddhika. Well defended by Dasani. Sanara. Lays it off to Michelle, who commits the traveling violation. A good bit of skill by Gangani. Weaves her way in and out of defense, maneuvers her way, and ends up with the easy lane. Another long-range three from Menudi, unsuccessful. A shocking bit of play. Gangani crosses, gets a man on the floor and finishes with an easy lane. So you can see the difference between the two top scorers of each team. Gangani choosing to finish her shots at the rim, whereas Menudi is seeming to settle for those long-range threes, of which she doesn't seem to have a lot of success rate.
Yes, definitely. Gangani seems to be more settled in the game, and here's Buddhika. And an easy opportunity but missed it, but once again sends it out. Had the opportunity of scoring but decides to send it out. And here's Gangani once again. Changes direction, driving towards the good move but couldn't finish it. It will be LSEG's ball, and here's Sanara, the skipper. IFS has slightly extended their lead. You can hear the IFS crowd screaming to defense. Good work there by Menudi, but was not fortunate enough to get that basket counted. Referee seems to be having a bit of a concern.
LSEG ball. Menudi. Jumper, no good. She's settling for those mid-ranges and the long-range shots. Whereas she's had a bit of success when she drove in, got in those fouls, went to the free throw line. I think that's what is needed of a coach. Dhananjay, I'm pretty sure we'll have a chat with her during the halftime break, which is just about 30 seconds away. Buddhika to Gangani. Gangani drives in, but the number 21, Harini Jatilik, is called for the illegal moving screen. A good break for LSEG to reduce that lead, which is up to double digits right now. Menudi. Not as long range as before, but still long range. So IFS at ball, 12 seconds left. Timeout called by Coach Samat Dhanavansa. A good timeout for the team to rally themselves, get a play going for the last play. 11-point lead, double digits.
Yeah, IFS was able to slightly extend their lead. They capitalized every opportunity they had. LSEG doesn't seem to have much of a passage of play, rotating the ball, like we mentioned before as well. Just going for whatever the option they have, and I would say that has quite cost them with the lead. And timeouts done, 12 seconds remaining for this squad, and it will be the half time. Both these teams will be heading into lemons. IFS certainly would want to walk out scoring, extending their lead confidently. 12 more seconds remaining.
Best case scenario for LSEG is to turn the ball over and score, reducing the lead to a single digit lead. Beautiful pass. Gangani shoots and scores, 13-point lead. 5 seconds on the clock. Menudi drives in, steadies herself. Call for the double dribble. 0.8 seconds left on the clock. I don't think there's going to be enough time for another one. And that's it. At the end of halftime, intense, well fought out two halves. 27 points to 14. IFS lead. Interesting 2 quarters of gameplay that we had so far.
Definitely. IFS with great passage of play slightly extended their lead, and so far they've done a great job, and they'll head into lemons, come back with a proper plan, and stay tuned with us as we will bring the live action of the second half.
කෙලින් යන්නේ ඇස. හොඳයි උන්ට කොහෙන්ද මොලේ? මොලේ මොකටද බූරු? දේශපාලනය කරන්නේ.
Just a little bit of are watching in Sri Lanka on ThePapare or Dialog TV.
Sri Lanka's #1 sports channel, ThePapare. ThePapare.
Just a little bit of
The ball really well. Here watching in Sri Lanka on ThePapare or Dialog TV.
Sri Lanka's #1 sports channel, ThePapare. ThePapare.
අයිෂේ රෝහල් ගත කරත් එකයි වේදිකා ගත කරත් එකයි හැමදාම හැමෝම පෙන්නන්නේ එකම නාට්‍ය තමයි
අපි කන බල්ලෙක් නෑ අපිව බල්ලෝ කනවා
යවන්න ඔය ඉන්න ගෙම්බන්ගේ පටන් කවුරුත් දන්නවා මගේ පොලිටිකල් පැටර්න්
just a little bit of
The ball really well. Here watching in Sri Lanka on ThePapare or Dialog TV.
Sri Lanka's #1 sports channel, ThePapare. ThePapare.
just a little bit of
පිටිපත්වලට ඉහළින් පාර ස්ථානගත කිරීම
On ThePapare or Dialog TV.
ශ්‍රී ලංකාවේ අංක 1 ක්‍රීඩා නාලිකාව ThePapare. දියවෙන්න කලින් රහ බලන්න ඕන සිනමා රසය අයිස්ක්‍රීම් ශ්‍රී ලාංකික ටෙලිවිෂනයේ පළමු ප්‍රදර්ශනය ජනප්‍රිය සිනමා ගීතේ ප්‍රතිභාපූර්ණ සම්මානනීය තරු රෙසින් හැඩවූ අයිස්ක්‍රීම් ඩයලොග් ටෙලිවිෂන් ViU Mini ViU Hub හා ViU App තුලින් නරඹන්න.
just a little bit of
පිටිපත්වලට ඉහළින් පාර ස්ථානගත කිරීම
On ThePapare or Dialog TV.
ශ්‍රී ලංකාවේ අංක 1 ක්‍රීඩා නාලිකාව ThePapare.
ఎరా స్కూల్ అయిపోయిందా
అయిపోయిందన్న కన్నకు డౌట్ నాన్న
చెప్పరా ఏ సబ్జెక్ట్ లో
డౌట్ సబ్జెక్ట్ లో కాదు నాన్న
మరి
నా డ్రాయర్ లో
I hate my life, అరే కష్టాలకే రాఫు
ఐ హేట్ మై లైఫ్ అన్న లిరిక్స్ ఏంటి ఈ సిగ్నేచర్ స్టెప్ ఏంటి అసలు నీ ఫ్రస్ట్రేషన్ కారణం ఏంటి బ్రో చెప్పు అంబులెన్స్
අපරිමිත දාරක ස්නේහයෙන් නිර්මිත අභිවන්දනීය මාතෘත්වයේ සිනමාත්මක ප්‍රතිරූපණය සම්මානිත මහාචාර්ය සුනිල් ආරියරත්න සිනමා සිතුවමක් සකල ලෝවාසී බෞද්ධයන් ඇසූ කතාපුවත දැස් ඉදිරිපිට සිනමාත්මකව මවන ගෞතම බුද්ධ මාතා උත්තරීතර මාතෘත්වයේ ප්‍රතිමූර්තිය ඩයලොග් ටෙලිවිෂන් ViU Mini ViU Hub හා ViU App තුලින් නරඹන්න. ගෞතම බුද්ධ මාතා
உங்களுக்கெல்லாம் உங்களால் நாங்கள் நல்லா இருக்கணும், உங்களை விட நல்லா இருந்துடக்கூடாது.
பெரிய உலகம்
അപ്പൊക്കെ അതൊക്കെ ഉപയോഗിക്കാൻ പാടായിരിക്കും.
അത് ഉപയോഗിച്ചാലല്ലേ അറിയും. ഒരു ഫോട്ടോ എടുത്ത് അവനെ ഫോണിൽ ആരെങ്കിലും വിളിക്കുകയാണെങ്കിൽ ഭയങ്കര കളിയും ചിരിയും തമാശയൊക്കെ ആയിരിക്കും. അടുത്ത് നിന്ന് നമ്മൾ എന്തെങ്കിലും പറഞ്ഞാൽ ഇങ്ങനെ രണ്ടൂന്ന് മൂളല് മാത്രമേ ഉണ്ടാവൂ.
போட்ட ஜெட்டிய உள்பக்கமா திருப்பி துவைக்க கூட மாட்டான், அப்படியே போடுவான் உன் தம்பி.
சார், நான் பிரெக்னெண்டா இருக்கேன்.
ஐயோ, டோட்டல் சிப் கரெக்ட் ஆயிடுச்சுப்பா.
எந்தன் பெரிய உலகம் உன் விழியினில்.
இந்த உலகத்தில் இருக்கிற உயிர்கள்லே மோசமானவன் மனுஷன்தான். ஜாதி பார்ப்பான்,
பெரிய சண்டியராங்க,
மதம் பார்ப்பான்,
सनातन धर्म संस्कृति.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, for the second half of the C Division Women's Final between IFS versus London Stock Exchange. IFS in the lead, 27 points to 14, and couple of minutes remaining for the commencement of the second half between these two corporates. And here's a bit of highlights of the first half. It was Dasuni, and yes, IFS key player and the skipper Gagani Silva. Back with the highlights. Like I mentioned, Gagani Silva played a major role, and here's Methuni, LSEG key player as well. And the final score for the first half, 27 points to 14, IFS in the lead. And the final two quarters of the C Division Women's Final is yet to begin, and we are not far away from it. Slightly few seconds to commence the second half.
And we are back with the second half of the C Division Women's Finals. To anyone that is just tuning in to the Papare, Sri Lanka's leading sports channel, this is the Women's C Division Final between IFS and LSEG. An intense match took place in the first half. 13-point lead it ended up with at the halftime, with Gagani Silva for IFS doing the brunt of the damage. Right now the ball is with LSEG, trying to claw their way back into the game. Dasuni trying her very best, hopping in and out. Menudi, she needs to be careful. She's on 3 fouls there. Good bit of defense. Pamoda to Buddhika. To Gangani. And that's the first foul for the quarter, committed by the number 24, Hansara Hetiarachi. So 13-point lead for IFS. What should be the game plan for LSEG in terms of trying to catch up to this lead? Even if not catching up to this at the end of this quarter, trying to reduce that lead.
Well, I definitely feel like it's about having a proper play. I feel like LSEG is just trying too hard to drive. Wonder what's the purpose actually. It's whether it's actually getting the foul or whether trying to score. It's a bit of confusing as well. So I think looking at IFS, they are more settled. They rotate the ball and they have a proper plan. And it's all about simple basketball, passing and cutting. And we seems that LSEG is quite a bit working on it, and that will definitely help them because they've got a lot of potential. Players like Menudi, Sanara, Dasuni, they can make a huge impact in this game. Definitely one area that they will have to work out on.
Exactly. As Sanara attempts a long-range three, which catches nothing but air. So yes, I 100% agree with what you just said on their game plan. Needed to be clear whether they need to drive in, attack the rim, or whether it should be shooting from long range, which Mendy has been trying to do to little to no success. I mean, we saw 1 3-pointer going in the very first one. After that, it was no luck. Whereas IFS has had a lot of success passing the ball around, waiting for the right person to cut in, which was most of the time Gangani. And we see another 3-point attempt, hitting the rim and going out of bounds. Gangani handshake by Hansani. Pamoda to Buddhika. Good bit of play, but couldn't come up with the bucket. Sanara throws it up. Tanusha got the rebound.
Once again, Gagani looking for options. Sends it to Pamoda. Buddhika, she's free. Pardon me, it was not Buddhika.
Dilsha with the basket. A good bit of play under pressure, making sure that the shot went in. Menudi surveys, calls for a screen to clear the court out. As the ball trickles out of bounds. They seem to be trying to attack from the corners. Once again, all air ball on that shot. Coach Samad bellowing out instructions from the sideline. Gangani forcing her way through. Foul before the shot, but an excellent attempt. And that is the third foul on that player. I'm not sure who committed the foul, but 3 fouls on another LSEG player. Unforced error.
I guess it was the number 24, Pavani. These are not good signs for LSEG. Yes, Dasuni, good rebound.
Tough bit of play under the rim. Both Dasuni and Buddhika playing their hardest. I mean, it is a finals. That's the minimum that you'd expect from these girls. First shot, nothing but net. On her haunches at the moment. Good clean shot. 2 out of 2. A rarity today in terms of free throws. Gangani once again trying to drive her way in. Foul committed by the number 7, Dasuni. Her third foul. A lot of players, if I'm not mistaken, about 4 players seem to be in foul trouble. Dasuni, Menudi, Maneka, and also Pavani all have committed 3 or 4 fouls. And that's another 3 fouls on the IFS side. So, not the cleanest game.
This will bring a lot of impact for the final quarter, Anushka. If these players have to go through foul trouble. And yes, Dasuni drives in but just throwing the ball away. LSEG can't let this game get away from them. Once again, LSEG a violation. LSEG has been on point when it comes to the defense, especially that half-court defense.
And we see Harini coming back into the game for Tanusha. IFS playing his own defense. Sanara trying to work her magic. Rebounded by Dilsha. Buddhika. Not the best of passes. Beautiful pass from Menudi to Dasani. The London connection right there. Another turnover from IFS. Menudi collects the foul from Gangani, the number 23 captain for IFS, who commits her third foul.
Plenty of 3 fouls, actually. Plenty of players on 3 fouls, Anushka.
Not the threes you need in a game.
Exactly. Menudi converts both. LSEG putting IFS on full court pressure. I think it's the right time to do it. And once again
by Dasani. Couldn't get it to go. And the ball dribbles out of bounds. IFS ball, but somehow they managed to get it across the halfway line. Pressure been applied by LSEG, and she commits another foul. That's her 4th. LSEG running out of fouls to commit right now. Great vision from Sanara. Beg your pardon, Michelle. Unable to finish. A waste of an opportunity. Harini with the biggest effort. Gets it to Dilsha, who gets it to Buddhika, who misses it. Sanara settles the play. Calmer minds prevail. Blocked by Harini to Buddhika. A lot of contact there. Exactly what we want to see.
This game is starting to get intense. Inch by inch, Anushka. LSEG suddenly trying to put IFS a lot of under pressure.
Yes, it started to heat up. The lead back to single digits. Beautiful step through. Rebounded by Dasuni and finished. Timeout call by Chamat. A much needed timeout as the LSEG faithful go wild. The noise cheering on their teammates while IFS takes a breather to to regroup, to gather themselves. I mean, great bit of play from LSEG. I think it was a 13-point lead they had at one point, which is down to 7 points. Cut the lead exactly in half.
Yes, definitely.
The defense.
Definitely, Anushka. I think positive move from coach Dhananjay Ganayaka, advising his team to go and put IFS under full court pressure, and that let IFS taking them away from the momentum they had as well. And you can clearly see, which is why IFS coach Dhananjay Chamath Dhanavansa opted to go for a timeout.
As LSEG choose to play with a smaller lineup. I mean, they've come to realize that IFS does not have an all-and-out point guard ball controller. Gangani, the only realistic option there. Somehow she gets through the traffic and catches the foul from, I believe, the number 7, Dasun Ilianage, who would be called for her 4th foul. I think she needs to be careful because Coach Dhananjay would depend on her to finish this game. First shot is good for IFS, for Gangani. And it's good. The noise of the crowd notwithstanding for those 2 shots. Calmness prevails. Pavani fakes, drives, shoots, comes up short for Buddhika rebound. Pamoda to Buddhika. Ends up with Gangani, but a lot of trouble. Kick ball. Just another tidbit out there. LSEG are already in foul trouble. Any further fouls would be free throws. Pamoda to Gangani. LSEG comes up with the ball.
Unsuccessful attempt there. Arias Sanara getting a bit of coach's advice as well while on the drive. Yes, Menuti looking to attempt for a 3 but decides to drive in and throws it away. Gangani, a slight error by her but manages to hold on. Lovely ball work there. Slightly misses it.
Traveling call on LSEG. Not the best place to turn it over in the enemy's backyard. Dilsha with the ball, kicks it off to Gangani, who turns it over. A lot of contact, a lot of frustration being shown by the players. But it is basketball. This is a contact sport. Illegal screen. As we see another timeout being called by Coach Dhananjay. Gives us a bit of breathing space as well for us commentators here. Intense game, no stoppages. A lot of fouls being committed. 8 fouls in the quarter so far. 3 minutes left to go. LSEG already in foul trouble. So I think Coach Dhananjay would encourage their players to drive in, draw in those fouls. I mean, it's the 8-point lead. I mean, what does LSEG need to do more to try and catch up to that before the end of this quarter?
I think I would go with the same thing. at a point, LSEG was playing with a proper game plan, and still, I would say they are playing with good intent and a good plan. It's just that the final couple of minutes, maybe they weren't able to score. They couldn't manage to score. So it's just a matter of getting those baskets right, and that will definitely put IFS under pressure.
Absolutely. As the players walk in with just over 3 minutes left on the clock. Gangani has been subbed out. You can see at the edge of the screen, being treated for, I believe, would be cramps. And IFS will miss her during these few minutes that she is out. Seems to be a bit of calf strain, maybe cramps.
She has to be there in the field, being IFS key player. But wouldn't mind to have a 2-3 minute of rest, get that cramp sorted and come back.
Michelle to Pavani, who scores nothing but net. Lead down to 7 points. Harini. Pass is short. Stolen by Michelle. Dasuni draws the foul from Harini. And I think the IFS team does owe it to Gangani to hold their own until she comes back onto the court, because she has been carrying this team from the start of the game. And we see her walk into the table to be subbed in. Dasuni misses her first shot. Both teams in foul trouble right now. Excellent time for someone who can drive in, collect all those fouls, and go to the stripe. Ball tapped out of bounds.
Gagani is back. Harini has been sent for a rest. Turnover ball. Yet another opportunity for LSEG to cut down that lead, to reduce the deficit. Here's Sanara. Here's Dasuni trying to drive in and almost had everything, and it's a foul on her. Good work. This is what they need to do.
Excellent bit of play by Dasuni. Faked, drove the baseline, got her own rebound from the miss, went up for that shot, and she rewarded with that the 2 free throws. Let's see how she does. First shot is not good. Some encouragement from Menudi. Second shot. The encouragement worked, it's good. Lead down to 6. Gangani all by herself. Trapped in the corner. Somehow comes away. Drives. Couldn't get it to go, but Buddhika's there with the first rebound. She couldn't make it. As we see Gagani out on the floor in pain. Let's hope that nothing is wrong with it. It's just a cramp, but by the looks of it, it looks like she twisted her ankle. Would be a huge blow.
Definitely, Anushka, definitely. She has been the key for IFS, controlling that whole game overall. And especially with 1 minute down for the conclusion of the third quarter. Final quarter, she will be needed.
I mean, yes, you saw the impact that LSEG was able to put on IFS when Gangani was not on the floor. So there we see her walking up on her own 2 feet, which is always good news, always a good sight to see. The medical staff making sure to pay good attention to her. But back to the game, it's IFS ball without Gangani. Buddhika drives, shoots, a lot of contact going uncalled. Rebounded to Dilsha, shoots, misses. Dasuni with the rebound. Kicks it off to Sanara. Guarded by Dilsha. Sends it off to Dasuni with the 3. No good.
Looking for options. Well intercepted by Dasuni and drives in. Can she make it? Yes, she will. That will reduce the deficit.
4-point play. Not one ball control inside for IRS. Sanara, extra step is called for the travel. But 4-point lead at the moment. LSEG with all the momentum and in control. Buddhika to Dilsha to Tanusha, who is called for the travel. IFS is missing Gangani, their star player right now.
Definitely. You can sense it actually. And here's Dasuni opting for a 3. Very close.
Rims out, but that was a good shot. She was open. I mean, not the worst shot to take. You got to live with those. If it goes in, she gets all the credit. Long ball, intercepted by Dasuni. Pavani to Sanara. Fakes, drives. Leaves it up for the rebound. Dilsha to Harini. Tapped out of bounds. 35 seconds left on the clock. Harini with the ball. Trapped in the corner. Jump ball situation. Excellent bit of pressure applied by LSEG. They have been taking control of this game for the last few minutes. Buddhika.
The defense has been really brilliant by LSEG, Anushka. Especially in the last few minutes. They've just capitalized so much on it. And especially with Gagani being sent out with her injury. LSEG is getting the best out of it. And once again it's LSEG ball. Last 18 seconds. Yes, Sanara.
Good bit of pressure from Pamoda. Couldn't come up with the ball though. 10 seconds left on the clock. To Dasuni. Fakes, drives, stolen by Pamoda. Harini with the ball. As time winds down, a quarter that belonged to LSEG coming from behind from a 13-point lead all the way up to just trailing by 4 points, 31-27. Exciting quarters, exciting stuff so far.
Well, this is getting interesting. What a comeback from LSEG. Just a 4-point margin. And it's the final quarter. You never know what's going to happen. And IFS most relied on Gagani, and we never know how well she's going to come back or not. Still, they will have to play as a team, and a comeback from them is expected, and LSEG playing their hearts out.
Not a lot of highlights for IFS in this quarter. It truly belonged to LSEG. Outscored them, outplayed them in every aspect of this quarter. Defense, offense, you name it, they've been there on top. Menudi had a good part to play. Dasuni, a key player in this quarter, used her strength and her height to good advantage. Gangani, she tried her best, but she wasn't there for most of the quarter. Out with a cramp and then maybe a twist of the ankle, but she's backing up for the last quarter. There we see Dasuni again.
Well, with this momentum, definitely Anushka, I feel like LSEG can definitely bounce back and get back to the lead. Only concern is they will have to be careful on playing fouls, getting caught to the foul trouble. That will be the only concern, because most of their key players are under 3 or 4 to fouls. So that will be the only concern. Other than that, I would say LSEG is on a roller coaster here.
Yes, I was just about to mention the fouls, because I think they have about 3 or 4 players who are in foul trouble. They need to be wary of that. As we see Gangani back on the court. Key player for IFS. Kicks it out to Harini. Wayward pass. Turn the ball over. It's on the floor still. Tough fall. And 8-second violation. You can see Gangani is not fully fit there. She's stretching her leg. Bound to be cramps. Probably calf. Twisting and turning. But the defense has been tight. Not able to go anywhere. Those passing that we saw in the early stages. Buddhika got her own rebound but couldn't get the shot to go in. Sanara. The passing of ISS has not been existent for the past 2 quarters after the halftime. Beautiful bit of play from Sanara. Fakes, drives, and it's a 2-point game. Stolen. Great bit of defense by the girls in blue. Coming back to the passing point. We were not able to been able to see the passing that we saw in the first 2 quarters. And that is the equalizer. Dasuni Lianage, Gangani Silva both stretching their legs, cramping up as coach Dhananjay calls for a timeout. I mean, we have to speak on the defense that has prevented the passing of IFS to be at a standstill. I mean, it has gone nowhere.
Definitely, that was one hell of a hustle from the LSEG defense. Clearly unsettled IFS, and now it's 31 points all. From where it was from the beginning to now, it has been a really intense game. And final 8 minutes of the game, and it's very undecisive, Anushka. At the point it was IFS looking like the favourites, but LSEG says, no, we are not done yet.
She's been triple teamed there. Great bit of defense from Sanara and the supporting staff. Menudi. Just couldn't get it to go to Buddhika. Bodies on the floor, fourth quarter of the finals. Scores are tied, 8 minutes left to go. The crowd is getting their money's worth, and those who are watching at home from Papare, you are in for a treat. Beautiful bit of play. Gangani Silva, hats off. Playing with the cramps. Egging her team on. To the number 24. Tanusha lays it off. And she scores again. 4-point buffer for IFS, and just like that, they've edged the slightest bit ahead.
Well, Gagani is back. She is struggling as well with her leg, but at the same time, she is playing her heart out, man. And this final has been really interesting, has been really intense. All these players giving their best. I wonder how the next 7 minutes are going to be, Anushka.
You can only wonder. You can see a lot of players on the ground, on their haunches, gasping for air. I mean, these ladies, they've given it their all for about a good 33 minutes and more. Gone at full 100%. I mean, you can't ask any more than that. So, just over 7 minutes to go. C Division finals, a Mercantile finals. You'd love to have one under your belt. And I think all the players who are in this court, the crowd who are here to witness this, knows this. You can see it, you can sense it. As LSEG brings the ball up. Dasuni to Menudi, fakes, drives, shoots, comes up short, but Dasuni with the hustle. Pamoda gets a hand on it as Gangani goes full force. Knocked out of bounds by number 24. IFS ball. Forced to turn the ball over. For anyone who's just tuning into our live stream, you have missed an intense 3 quarters of basketball. IFS and LSEG playing their hearts out in this C Division finals. Three fouls. Gangani draws another foul from Sanara. Smart bit of play.
That's the first foul for Sanara. Quite a disciplined game she has played so far.
Somehow amidst all this chaos, she's managed to not foul at all.
Buddhika sending it to Gagani. Gagani opts for a 3-pointer and it's through. And it's through. Once again IFS extends the lead and it's Gagani.
Clutch. Ice in her veins. Nothing but nut on that 3. No answer from LSEG on this one as Buddhika rebounds the ball. Heaves it. That was a bad mistake. Pamoda comes up with the rebound. Kicks it off to Gangani. Goes off in full speed. Menudi with the rebound. Good pass and blocked. Blocked by Dilsa. Definitely saved 2 points in that goal. Ball with number 24. To Dasuni. To Menudi. Fakes, drives. Throws it up in the air. Rims out. Pamoda with the rebound. To Buddhika. This is intense end-to-end stuff. Buddhika to Dilsha. And she scores. Assisted. Court vision. Dilsha with the finish. IFS extending the lead to 9 points. I mean, this is exciting stuff. For a neutral, for anyone watching it. And one opportunity right there. Not a lot of breathing space for anyone here.
Definitely, Anushka. And it's all about Gagani. It's pretty amazing how she turned the tables around. And Dasuni with the opportunity of the free throw and misses it. And here's IFS with another opportunity. Here's Gagani. And once again, it's Gagani. You can't stop her.
Lovely bit of play, lovely bit of team play that was. A lot of passes, the ball didn't touch the ground at all. And an excellent finish from Gangani. Now, fourth quarter started. IFS was in a lot of trouble with LSEG breathing down their backs. But Gangani, even with the cramp issues that she has had and the fall that she took, came to the court, came to play, managed to put a bit of buffer between them, between IFS and LSEG, a lead of 9 points. Scores were equal at one point, but they have a bit of breathing space. But LSEG not far behind.
Definitely, Anushka, it was all credit goes to Gagani. Came out from that injury, struggling to play, but yet she gave her best. And it was all her effort that brought IFS to 42 points. And yet we can see she's stretching, coming back to play again. This is brilliant stuff from her.
LSEG ball, while IFS readies themselves with the zone defense. Sanara drives, throws it up. Couldn't get it to go. Well rebounded by Buddhika. Kicks it off to Pavani. Wayward pass. Menu Dipatiran unable to catch it. And foul by Michelle. Blocking foul. That was her fourth. I guess those numbers right now don't mean a lot. It's all to play for. A lot of contact there. Foul on Sanara, her second foul. But LSEG in foul trouble now, in penalties. So Buddhika gets a chance to go for 2 points, 2 free throws. Close, but no good. Let's wait for the second shot. Rims out, tapped out of bounds by White. It's LSEG ball. Sanara to Dasuni, fakes, drives, comes back out, pivots, draws a foul from Buddhika. As we see, Dasuni goes down again with a bit of cramp. Excellent bit of play in the fourth quarter. Exactly what the crowd and everyone here came to see. A small bit of break in the play because of a cramp to a player. I mean, if you review the quarter, it has been pretty much IFS's quarter. LSEG gave an excellent run in the third quarter and at the very beginning of the fourth, but Gangani has somehow steadied the ship, tried to get IFS going away with the lead, but LSEG always hanging on.
But a huge credit goes to these players. Anushka playing with a lot of heart. Injuries running down their bodies, and still they are trying to give their best for the team.
And we see number 10, Sharina Zubair, who had clocked in her first minutes, and she gets to shoot the free throws. I mean, pressure.
Definitely, what a moment to get into the game.
Gets the ball to Gangani, who shoots, comes up short. Rebounded by LSEG. Draws the foul. And she's called for her fourth foul. Sanara, the captain, drives left, finishes left, comes up short, and out of bounds is wide ball. Oh, a lovely bit of skill from Gangani. Wasted opportunity by Harini to finish that, to get more points on the board. As Sanara comes up, kicked out of bounds. Menudi to Sanara, who shoots, comes up short. Buddhika with the rebound to Pamoda. They need to get the ball out of this court, and they do. Gangani kicks it off and gets Tanusha on the scoreboard. 33-44. Scores are back to a lead of double digits.
And with Dasuni being sent out, it's a huge blow for LSEG in these last few minutes, and that will be a foul on IFS. Menudi will have the opportunity for 2 free throws. Misses the first one. It's quite crucial to make those count in these kind of situations, and that's not through as well, and it will be IFS ball. 3 minutes remaining.
Somehow she finds that opening once again. She squeezes her way through the defense. Gets the bucket to go in. Another 2 points. 33-46, 13-point lead. IFS inching their way towards a victory. Menudi, long range three, high arcing shot. Comes up short. Not what the doctor ordered. As Sharina subs out for Maneka.
It seems like it's a piece of cake for Gagani. She just does not show any pressure at all.
Dilsha quarterbacks it. As Sanara stops for the mid-range floater. Ball dribbles out of the court. LSEG ball. Maneka taking the ball from outside. Menudi crosses, drives in, lays it in for 2 points. It's been a while since we saw her get on the boards. And there you have it. Another foul drawn from Menudi Patirana. That's her fourth foul. Confusion at the moment, but it's 2 free throws. As Gangani misses the first one. Second attempt is good. .12-point lead. Menudi turns the ball away as Buddhika throws it up for Gangani. A lot of contact on that finish, but she goes and she scores. 35-49. 14-point lead. 90 seconds left on this game. Dasuni drives baseline, kicks it out. Fouled by Dilsha, committing her fourth foul.
Makes that count, Michelle. First free throw. Referee arranges the net. Dasuni managing to hold on to the ball, and here's Sanara. The edge rip blocked. Brilliant defensive work there. And here's Menudi once again with the ball. Sends a long pass to Sanara, but
and the ball goes out of bounds. 1 minute, 17 seconds left on the clock. Advantage with IFS. Calls for the ball and draws another foul. That's 2 more free throws. Opportunity to increase the lead. The crowd cheering her on. This truly has been her quarter, hasn't it?
Definitely, Anushka. Like we mentioned, coming out with that injury, out the cramping. Again, she makes no mistake. There is no way stopping her today. And it's a 15-point margin with 1 more free throw remaining. Not successful. And yes, Menudi driving hard, and it will be a foul.
And it's free throws either way. And that's her 5th foul. Tanusha Krishani, 5 fouls, but she played her part in this game. Menudi, the top scorer for LSEG coming into this game. Hasn't been quite her night when it comes to it offensively, as she gets a second shot to go in. Gangani once again gets the ball in, kicks it out to Harini, goes to the corner, lays it off to Pamoda to Gangani to Buddhika. Buddhika drives, shoots, rebounded by Dilsha, and she gets it to go. 37-52.
And that will be another foul.
Unnecessary foul, I might say. That shot was not going in at any point.
Definitely, Anushka. And IFS seems to be doing the right thing, just using the maximum of the time. And I feel like it's already IFS game. They'll take it home. Back-to-back 2 years consecutive.
Yes, I think we can call it. Barring any dramatic ends, but Pamoda LSEG, Sanara with the ball, bringing it up. A little Euro, gets the 2 points to go in. 27 seconds left on the clock, 14 points. They can just run the clock down at this point. And I think that's about it. 17 seconds. IFS will come out victorious on this game. An excellent game. Excellent 4 quarters of basketball. Both teams played their hearts out. And at the end of the game, IFS R&D International crowned champions of the C Division Women's Finals of the MSBA League 2025. Excellent game between the two teams. We saw leads being exchanged, a lead being chased down, nearly taken over, and fourth quarter player taken over. You know, Gangani Silva took over that fourth quarter, put the team on her back, and carried them to the finish line.
Definitely, Anushka, one hell of a final it was. All credit goes to Gangani Silva for IFS. Brilliant passage of play. Definitely player of the game. There's no words to describe that passage of play. She has been brilliant with the injuries. And credit goes to LSEG players as well. Brilliant game. This is what we call a final.
Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. Excellent bit of play from both teams. I mean, we have to thank the players for showing us an excellent game, showing us some entertainment on a Thursday night. For those who tuned in and for those who are here, there you see it, 40 points to 52. IFS is leading and coming out victorious. For those who are here and for those who tuned into Papare, you witnessed an amazing game. And you see the players taking a victory lap. And let us look at some of the highlights from the fourth quarter. LSEG started out strong. Dasuni and Sanara getting on the boards, putting a lot of pressure on IFS. But this girl right here, the number 23, the captain for IFS, came back from an injury, carried the team on her back. And that, I might say, was the dagger. Dilshi got those rebounds, was instrumental in under the rim. Buddhika supported her well. Harini, Tanusha, an excellent game. There we see Gangani again with those easy lanes. Menudi, who was the top scorer for the game, top scorer for the league for LSEG. Not quite her day. but absolutely a star to watch for the future. At the end of the day, the free throws decided the game. Both teams were in foul trouble, but IFS coming out on top. An excellent game so far. Sanara, the captain, did her very best, but ultimately there you have it. Celebrations by the girls in white. Disappointment for those in blue. But a game that has been well fought out. Thank you for those who listened in, but do not go away. We will be back with the presentation ceremony. Stay tuned. Thank you.
කොච්චර කෙලින් කරන්න හැදුවත් මේකක් කෙලින් යන්නේ නැහැ. හොඳයි උන්ට කොහෙන්ද මොලේ? මොලේ මොකටද බූරු? දේශපාලනය කරන්නේ.
Just a little bit of
here watching in Sri Lanka on ThePapare or Dialog TV.
Sri Lanka's #1 sports channel, ThePapare. ThePapare.
just a little bit of
here watching in Sri Lanka on ThePapare or Dialog TV.
Sri Lanka's #1 sports channel, ThePapare. ThePapare.
අයිෂේ රෝහල් ගත කරත් එකයි වේදිකා ගත කරත් එකයි හැමදාම හැමෝම පෙන්නන්නේ එකම නාට්‍ය තමයි.
අපි කන බල්ලෙක් නෑ. අපිව බල්ලෝ කනවා.
යවන්න ඔය ඉන්න ගෙම්බන්ගේ පටන් කවුරුත් දන්නවා මගේ පොලිටිකල් පැටර්න්.
just a little bit of
here watching in Sri Lanka on ThePapare or Dialog TV.
Sri Lanka's #1 sports channel, ThePapare. ThePapare.
Check 1 2 3 mic test. Check 1 2 3 check. Check 1 2 3 test. Check 1. Check 1 2 3 test. Check 1 2 3 mic test. Check 1 check.
පිටිපත්වල ඉහළින් පාර ස්ථානගත කිරීම
on ThePapare or Dialog TV.
ශ්‍රී ලංකාවේ අංක 1 ක්‍රීඩා නාලිකාව ThePapare. දියවෙන්න කලින් රහ බලන්න ඕන සිනමා රසය අයිස්ක්‍රීම් ශ්‍රී ලාංකික ටෙලිවිෂනයේ පළමු ප්‍රදර්ශනය ජනප්‍රිය සිනමා ගීතේ ප්‍රතිභාපූර්ණ සම්මානනීය තරු රෙසින් හැඩවූ අයිස්ක්‍රීම් ඩයලොග් ටෙලිවිෂන් ViU Mini ViU Hub හා ViU App තුලින් බරපන්න.
Just a little bit of
පාදුවට ඉහළින් පාර ස්ථානගත කිරීම.
On the Papare or Dialog TV.
ශ්‍රී ලංකාවේ අංක 1 ක්‍රීඩා නාලිකාව ThePapare.
ఎరా స్కూల్ అయిపోయిందా?
అయిపోయింది నాన్న. కన్నకు డౌట్ నాన్న.
చెప్పరా ఏ సబ్జెక్ట్ లో?
డౌట్ సబ్జెక్ట్ లో కాదు నాన్న.
మరి
నా డ్రాయర్ లో.
I hate my life, అరే కష్టాలకే రాఫు.
ఐ హేట్ మై లైఫ్ అన్న లిరిక్స్ ఏంటి? ఈ సిగ్నేచర్ స్టెప్ ఏంటి? అసలు నీ ఫ్రస్ట్రేషన్ కారణం ఏంటి బ్రో చెప్పు.
అంబులెన్స్.
අපරිමිත දාරක ස්නේහයෙන් නිර්මිත අභිවන්දනීය මාතෘත්වයේ සිනමාත්මක ප්‍රතිරූපණය සම්මානිත මහාචාර්ය සුනිල් ආරියරත්න සිනමා සිතුවමක් සකල ලෝවාසී බෞද්ධයන් ඇසූ කතාපුවත දැස් ඉදිරිපිට සිනමාත්මකව මවන ගෞතම බුද්ධ මාතා උත්තරීතර මාතෘත්වයේ ප්‍රතිමූර්තිය ඩයලොග් ටෙලිවිෂන් ViU Mini ViU Hub හා ViU App තුලින් නරඹන්න. ගෞතම බුද්ධ මාතා.
உங்களுக்கெல்லாம் உங்களால நாங்க நல்லா இருக்கணும், உங்களை விட நல்லா இருந்துடக்கூடாது.
எந்த பெரிய உலகம் உன் விழியினில்.
അപ്പൊക്കെ അതൊക്കെ ഉപയോഗിക്കാൻ പാടായിരിക്കും.
അത് ഉപയോഗിച്ചാലല്ലേ അറിയും. ഒരു ഫോട്ടോ എടുത്ത് അവനെ ഫോണിൽ ആരെങ്കിലും വിളിക്കുകയാണെങ്കിൽ ഭയങ്കര കളിയും ചിരിയും തമാശയൊക്കെ ആയിരിക്കും. അടുത്ത് നിന്ന് നമ്മൾ എന്തെങ്കിലും പറഞ്ഞാൽ ഇങ്ങനെ രണ്ടൊന്ന് മൂളല് മാത്രമേ ഉണ്ടാവും.
போட்ட ஜெட்டிய உள்பக்கமா திருப்பி துவைக்க கூட மாட்டான், அப்படியே போடுவான் உன் தம்பி.
சார் நான் பிரெக்னெண்டா இருக்கேன்.
ஐயோ டோட்டல் சிப் கரப்ட் ஆயிடுச்சுப்பா.
எந்த பெரிய உலகம் உன் விழியினில்.
இந்த உலகத்தில் இருக்கிற உயிர்கள்லயே மோசமானவன் மனுஷன்தான். ஜாதி பார்ப்பான்,
பெரிய சண்டியரங்கி
மதம் பார்ப்பான்,
सनातन धर्म संस्कृति.
just a little bit of
පාදුවට ඉහළින් පාර ස්ථානගත කිරීම.
On the Papare or Dialog TV.
ශ්‍රී ලංකාවේ අංක 1 ක්‍රීඩා නාලිකාව ThePapare.
ඉස්සස PTI විදියට අන්තර් පාසල් තරගවලින් පදක්කම් කීයක් විතර ගෙනල්ලා තියෙනවද?
මේ එහෙම තරඟ වලට ගිහිල්ලා නැහැ වැඩ.
නිමල් සර් ඉංග්‍රීසි පාඩමට ලෑස්ති වෙනවා වගේ. ආයි මේවා ළමයිට විකුල්ලා වුණොත් එහෙම මන් නරක ගෑණි කියන්නේ.
පිටින් ඇවිල්ලා නටන්න හදන්න එපා මැඩම්.
අපේ ප්‍රින්සිපල්.
කොච්චර කෙලින් කරන්න හැදුවත් මේකක් කෙලින් යන්නේ නැහැ. හොඳයි උන්ට කොහෙන්ද මොලේ? මොලේ මොකටද බූරුව? දේශපාලනය කරන්නේ.
just a little bit of
here watching in Sri Lanka on ThePapare or Dialog TV.
Sri Lanka's #1 sports channel, ThePapare.
Just a little bit of.
The ball really well. Here watching in Sri Lanka on ThePapare or Dialog TV.
Sri Lanka's #1 sports channel, ThePapare.
We are back live from ThePapare.com, Sri Lanka's #1 sports channel. And we are here at the 33rd MSBA League 2025 Women's Category C Division and D Division. And we are off to the closing ceremony. And it will be Anushka Jailath who will be hosting the closing ceremony. Over to you, Anushka.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming here in numbers to witness two epic games in support of the women's basketball. So without further ado, let's get the presentation ceremony on way. Can I please ask the former national player and MSBA Women's Committee Head, Jalia Kumari, accompanied by current national player and MSBA Exco member, Kamalini Mills, to come up to hand over the awards. First up, the women's D Division finals between Haley's PLC and MAS. It was truly an exciting game, a well thought out match between the two teams. First up, let me ask the runners-up team to come up to the stage. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a round of applause to Haley's PLC, Rizana Nazir, Shamindi Disanayaka, Dilu Sandalika, and Vikramasinghe. Amanda Denura, Rajita Herat, Malsha Senanayaka, Randi Netmini, Purnima Edritilaka, Danusha Hevage. And can we ask the coaches, Mr. Lasanta Gunawardana and Roshinta Veera Peruma, to come up to the stage. But not least, to accept the runners-up trophy, the captain. Give a round of applause for Kanchana Sanjeevani. Can we ask the teams to come up to the stage, please? Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, another round of applause for Team Haley's. Next up, the all-important individual awards. With 2 Player of the Game awards and the top scorer of the league with 70 points. The Under Armour Most Valuable Player for the Ranil Ganevatta Memorial Trophy goes out to, representing MAS Holdings, Mihiri Alves. And now, the champions of the D Division Women's Final. Ladies and gentlemen, raise your hands for. Please welcome to the stage, Vishmi Dias, Ashetra Fernando, Amanda Sirivardhana, Hesha Chandrasekhara, Janitri Karunasekara, the reigning MVP Mihiri Alves, Satuni Kandavinna, Supipi Dilhara, Dilini Hasanka, Jayani Ekanayaka, Nimesha Videvardhana, and another round of applause for the coach Ismail Salahuddin and Joshua Sirivardhana. And now, bringing up the rear to accept the Champions Trophy, can we ask the captain, Hasani Rajapaksha, to come up to the stage? Can we also ask the team members to come up to the stage? Ladies and gentlemen, the D Division Women's Champions, MAS Holdings. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for Team MS and for Team Haleys. Next up, the C Division Women's Finals. I think that game deserves another round of applause. That was an excellent game. A well thought out 4 quarters of basketball between these two teams. First up, can I ask the runners up, Team LSEG, to come up to the stage, led by Sherina Subair, Maneka Udavatta, Dasuni Lianage, Michelle Olof, Hansara Hettiarachi, Pavani Virasekara, Minudi Patirana, and the coaches Dhananjay Ekanayaka and Steve Stanley. And finally, to accept the C Division Women's Runners-Up Trophy, the captain for Team LSEG. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Sanara Premaratna. Can we invite Team LSEG to join your captain on the stage? Another loud round of applause for Team LSEG. And now, with 2 Player of the Game awards, 26 points per game in this tournament, totaling up to 78 points. The Under Armour Most Valuable Player for the Ranil Ganevatna Memorial Trophy, representing IFS. Give it up for the number 23, Gangani Silva. Give it up for Gangani. Before we go on to the final awards, a special thank you to our sponsors, the official broadcasting and media partner, Papare.com, the official performance partner, Under Armour, our wellness partner, Ceylon Sports Therapy, and a special thanks to our sponsors, the David Pierce Group. And now, without further ado, the champions of the C Division Women's Basketball Tournament. Please give a round of applause, a warm round of applause to Team IFS R&D International. Please welcome to the stage Buddhika Kulasurya, Tanusha Krishani, Piyushani Sewandi, Maliti Patirana, Taruka Madiravala, Dilsha Pramodi, Aseka Varnakula Surya, Harini Jayatilaka, Irandi Anushika, Romali Pereira, Pamoda Jayasekara, and for the coaches, Samat Dhanavansa and Madhuranga Munasingha. And ladies and gentlemen, a very loud round of applause to the reigning MVP and the captain of IFS, Gangani Silva, to come up to the stage to accept the Champions Trophy. Can we ask the team to come up to the stage? Give it up for your C Division Women's Champions, Team IFS.
A big congratulations to all these teams putting their hearts out and playing in these finals today. And that will be for the day from us, ThePapare.com. Stay tuned with us for more sporting action, and we'll be back with yet another sport. And see you. Thank you.
Stand by for opener.
Sri Lanka's #1 sports channel, ThePapare.
3, 2, 1, roll.
This is Sri Lankaවේ අංක 1 ක්‍රීඩා නාලිකාව ThePapare සමග.
Welcome back to ThePapare.
Welcome to the live broadcast on ThePapare.
Good luck, guys. Good luck, everyone.
ThePapare, Sri Lanka's #1 television sports channel.